Hello everybody and welcome back to Of Mice and Men. Today, I'm going to do something really dangerous for you. So last episode I promised I would fill in my research notes, which I have. My Thaumonomicon is filled up with much challenge. And I decided to save a couple of things that are done on this sucker here, which I broke so I could reactivate it for you. Now, numerous occasions of using this thing have panicked Blair, specifically, but it has concerned Nick as well, so I determined this thing is much more dangerous. So on the floor here I have paving stones of warding, warded glass. I have it everywhere. Oh dear. So I have a theory as to what's wrong already. Hold on. Yes, so my wand does something now. I can mine blocks with it, for one. Gonna make sure that that's what's wrong, though. Artifice. I'm pretty sure I know what's wrong. Yep, that's exactly it. The amount of times that I make this mistake is hilarious. It really is. So, if you look up in my top left corner, I have this new interface thing. That is a Vis meter. It basically allows me to see how much Vis is in my wand and how much is being used. Not so much now. I've made and taken my goggles of revealing off because the first thing we're going to do is make a fortress helmet of revealing, which, by the way, is awesome. It's going to provide me with an extra boost to my armor. And still give me the capability to see things like Vis nodes or Aura nodes and the like. So, there we go. Okay, so I have pre-prepared the necessary ingredients for this, which is those jars up there and the stuff I have in here. So today we're going to be making the Fortress Helmet of Revealing, a thermostatic harness, and a thermostatic girdle, which will essentially allow me to fly. Oh, and mobs can't get in here, so this is like the safest place in the area. So the slime ball goes there, and the primary piece of this is that helmet. So here's my goggles of revealing. So all I do is activate, and it's going to pull the necessary Vis from, or in this case, Essentia, from the jars that I've prepared in set amounts, which I'll show you in here. See, RM, Census, and Tutamen, which I have assembled here. In fact, I have an excess of Tutamen. Okay, so this is one of those things that'll happen. The flux that this thing can generate will knock things off to try to sabotage its own process, and that can be really bad, like world damaging kind of bad. So now I have these. So if you can see those little dots over there, I've collected a couple of Aura nodes with jars, which that's a fun process. And they are off in here chugging away. So, next up, we're going to make a thermostatic harness. Now, I want to be particularly careful with this one because thermostatic harnesses, while easily one of the most useful things in the entirety of the mod, do have a tendency to be excessively dangerous to make. I just, no. It's bad. It can be really bad, and So we're going to be cautious with it, and I'm going to be constantly double checking my recipe in the book. And I mean constantly. I think to be on the safe side, I'm going to put this here. The way this is set up is really, it scares me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Because the risk for something to go wrong is just so present. I think I'm going to do it like this. And now we hope something doesn't go horribly wrong. If it does, this area should contain it, but I gotta keep an eye on all the items. So, thermostatic harness for... Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh god, no. This is bad. So this is that bad stuff I was talking about. And the candles are not to make it look like some sort of occult thing. The candles are purely for attempting to control bad things from happening. So... I'm gonna get kind of flexy. Yeah, I got the flex flu. Okay, so with any luck this will be done very, very shortly. So the only way to get rid of this flux goo that's here is actually to either let it turn into a gas, which we don't want to do. So that's done. I will show you all that in just a second. I need to do something about the goo. And... there's a couple of things I can do about the goo. Alright, so... blocks. I hear a zombie. So I'm now going to show y'all what makes Thumbcraft so overpowered. I just electrocuted him. So the only way that I know how to get rid of this is by placing blocks on it, which seems to work. Flex goo just gives you flex flu, which isn't horrible, but it's not good because it sabotages a lot of things in a total, if you didn't notice, by knocking my candles and my ingredients off and stuff. It can be bad. Okay, so what's next on the list? Let's see. Okay, the mundane belt here is going to be turned into something far more useful. See, in previous updates, the thermostatic harness would actually cover the whole fall damage thing for you. However, that's not the case now, so you actually need to take precautions against that. And one way to do that is to get one of these girdles. Which will, of course, reduce fall damage and knockback, actually, so another use for it. It will also increase the speed. It does eat up a certain fuel type, so don't go thinking it's overpowered, the harness. It uses straight potentia. Potentia is gained from like breaking down redstone and a lot of machinery too. So you do need a fuel source, and it's time consuming and a little bit frustrating sometimes to actually get it, because you got to find the right way to make it work. I'll show y'all and explain that to y'all in a better detail here in just a minute. But next up is this. So with my goggles, or my Fortress Helmet of Revealing, I can actually see how much Essentia is being pulled from the jars to be put in here. And if you don't have the right amount of Essentia or right amount of ingredients, it will actually continue to pull resources from... Uh-oh. Oh dear. Oh, there it is. It will continue to pull like resources such as Essentia straight from the jars continuously, and it uses up an awful lot of resources. And Essentia is not necessarily the easiest of things to obtain. It's not hard, but the issue is you get a lot of byproduct Essentia, which you don't necessarily need for anything else, and it just takes up jar space. And that's kind of one of the flaws. One of the cool things, though, once I get some potentia in here, I think I have some... Is that potentia? It is. So, the way that I load this thing up, like this, put it in, put it on, and now I need to remember how to activate it. 1 second. H, that's how it was. So, if I do this number, I can now fly. With this cool little static electricity thing going on behind me. It takes up your armor slot though, so yeah. So, jars are the basic storage method for Essentia. These are the alternative. They are reservoirs. The catch is you can normally pull and put resources into a jar via a bottle, specifically an Essentia bottle. In this case, however, that is not the case. You need to pull it or pump it in and out via tubes or golems. Golems are very complicated to get to work with this, so I haven't actually messed with it too much. So, yeah. Now, I'm going to charge this wand a little bit. So, if I actually look down here, it'll bring up how much vis it's pulling in. Vis and Essentia aren't all that much different. Vis is just aura version, whereas Essentia is the liquid form. So, I got this. Now, I need to literally take off... Wait. Now I can keep that. I need to take off my pants and my boots. Because I need this. Provided I can get it. So this is going to give me a discount on my Vis usage. Now, reason this is important... just barely not enough, huh? It's okay though. There is an alternative I can bring to bear here. Well, that alternative is a little out of my reach at the moment. Anyway, this has been Jake with Thaumcraft here on Of Mice and Men, and I hope that you've enjoyed, and I hope you'll join me again next time. Bye!